Hello everyone, welcome to Wider 360. In today's video we have a question here that we want to solve. Want us to find a solution to it. It says we should find the area under the curve y is equal to 1.5 x raised to the power negative 2.5 from x equal to 9 to x equal to t, and after that we will evaluate it for when t is equal to 10 and when t is equal to 100. And after everything, we will find the total area under the curve for s greater than or equal to 0. So if you know how to find the area under curves, you will see that the area of this curve is given by the expression the integral of y with respect to x, and we will take the integral from x equal to 9 to x equal to t. So we will go ahead and evaluate the area, which is equal to the integral from 9 to t of y, which is 1.5 x raised to the power negative 2.5. with respect to x, and we know that the area can be written as 1.5 and then the integral from 9 to t of x to the power negative 2.5. dx. At this point we will go ahead and find the integral, which will be equal to 1.5 x raised to the power negative 2.5 plus 1 negative 2.5 plus 1, all this divided by negative 2.5 plus 1. Plus 1, and we have the upper limit to be t and the lower limit to be 9. Evaluating again gives a, which is the area, to be 1.5 x raised to the power negative 1.5. That's 3 out of 2. Negative 2.5 plus 1 will be negative 3 out of 2. So we divide again by negative 3 out of 2, which is the same as negative 1.5, and x goes from 9 to t. From there we will go ahead and simplify this. We know this is negative 1.5, that is positive 1.5, so they divide and we get negative 1, which will give us negative x to the power negative 1.5 from t, and then 9. This is a 9. Looks like an 8. Let me extend it a bit. Yeah. At this point, we go ahead and find an expression or the formula for finding the value of the area, which will be equal to area is equal to, we will go ahead and substitute the value for the upper limit, which will be negative t to the power negative 1.5 minus, then we go ahead to substitute whatever we will get when we substitute the value of the lower limit, and that will give us another negative 9 raised to the power negative 1.5. Yeah, there are two negatives here. When we substitute this in, 9 in, we will get negative that, and when we substitute t in, we will get negative that, and we have to subtract the lower limit from the upper limit, so that's why we got that. I'll go ahead and simplify again and get negative t raised to the power negative 1.5 plus 9 raised to the power negative 1.5. And we can go ahead and say that the area which the question says we should find is equal to either this expression up here, that's negative t to the power negative 1.5 plus 9 raised to the power negative 1.5, or we can also write it as 9 to the power negative 1.5 minus t to the power negative 1.5. Either of them is correct. So this is the first part of the question, which says we should find the area under the curve that from x equal to 9 to x equal to t. Or the first part. That one is done. Let's go ahead and evaluate it for t is equal to 10 and also for t is equal to 100. So in simple terms, we say at t equal to 10, and then we substitute 10 for t is equal to 10. We say the area, which is a, will be equal to 9 raised to the power negative 1.5 minus 10 raised to the power negative 1.5. We will go ahead and input that. 9 to the power negative 1.5 is just 1 out of 27, but I'll go ahead and just find the whole expression on my calculator. So 9 raised to the power negative 1.5 minus 10 raised to the power negative 1.5, and that gives 5.414260435 times 10 to the power negative 3. I'm going to write that in, and it will be something like A, which is the area, is equal to 0.00054 1426 0435. That's all my calculator can hold. I know your calculator may be able to give more digits, so we can go ahead and say the area at t is equal to 0 is equal to 5.5414260435 square units. The units are important since it's area is square units, and that will be the value of the area at t is equal to 0. I remember the question said we should also find the value of the area at t is equal to 100. So we go ahead and say when t is equal to 100, then what happens? When t is equal to 100, we know the area will be equal to 9 raised to the power negative 1.5 minus t, which is 100 raised to the power negative 1.5. And then at this point I will use my calculator again and see what we get. So that one gives the area to be equal to 973 divided by 27,000 square units. That will be the value of the area. Or you can write your value in decimals, and in decimals we will say that the area is equal to, let me get a pen here. So we say the area is equal to 0. My calculator says it's 0.036 036 repeating, so I'll just say 037, and then they are all repeating, and we attach the units, which is square units. Any of these two values is correct for the area when T is 100. The last part of the question said we should find the area at at x greater than or equal to 9. At x greater than or equal to 9, that means the upper limit keeps going, so it goes up to infinity. So we can say at that point t is also infinite. Yeah, let me write it big, a little bit bigger, so t will be up to infinity. So this is what happens. So we know the area has this equation. It's 9 to the power negative 1.5 minus t to the power negative 1.5. In other words, we can say this whole thing is the same as area, which is equal to 1 divided by 9 to the power 1.5 minus t, minus 1 divided by t also to the power positive 1.5. And we know that since t is at the denominator side, as t keeps increasing, as t gets closer to infinity, this whole expression, that's the reciprocal of t, becomes 0. So we will say 1 divided by t to the power 1.5 tends to be 0. So the area A will be equal to 1 divided by 9 to the power 1.5 minus 0. Or we can say simply the area is equal to 9 to the power negative 1.5 minus 0. And that one will be equal to, I think, 1 out of 27. Good, yeah. So area here will be equal to 1 out of 27 square units. Or you can enter 1 out of 27 on your calculator and you'll get it in decimals, or you can do your long division, whatever, and then you say A is equal to, so in decimals you should get 0.37 recurring, so that will be 0.037, sorry, 0.037, and that keeps repeating. 0.037, 037, 037 square units, and that will be the value for the area at x is greater than or equal to 9. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please make sure you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and you also share this with your friends. Thank you very much for watching. I'll meet you in our next video. Thank you and bye bye.